You were front and center for the Rams run to the Super Bowl a year ago. This offseason's been pretty quiet. I would argue it's been pretty quiet for a team that just won the Super Bowl, right? They extended Matthew Stafford. They extended Sean McVay. But this team added some pieces that I think are going to be difference makers for a team trying to repeat as Super Bowl champs.
Yeah, no doubt. The probably biggest need that they needed going into the offseason, biggest need they needed, that's a smart one, had to be Allen Robinson, right? OBJ out there as a free agent. They couldn't keep Robert Woods around. So they have another target for Matthew Stafford. Obviously, that's going to be really important going into the season. Cooper Kupp can do a lot. He can't do absolutely everything. So that's going to be really interesting to watch that connection. Also this year, it's going to be really interesting to see. I think a lot of people forgot that they drafted Tutu Atwell last year in the second round. So it'll be really interesting to see how he pans out as a target for Matthew Stafford as well.
OBJ's name keeps getting kind of brought up from time to time. It just floated around. He was an incredible asset to this team. And if he doesn't get hurt in the Super Bowl, they probably, I think, dominate that Cincinnati Bengals team. Is there Sean McVay and that organization kind of keeping the dialogue open in case they need something, especially when he gets healthy?
Yeah, absolutely. Sean McVay has kind of openly campaigned at some points, mentioning OBJ. Obviously, he crashed Sean McVay's wedding this summer, so that was kind of something notable. But at the end of the day, right, OBJ probably wants to go where he wants to get paid. Keeping an eye on Von Miller. He did a little recruiting to OBJ when he came to the Rams. Now Von's in Buffalo. He's put out a few recruiting notes there to have him join the Bills. So it's going to be really interesting where OBJ eventually lands, if the Rams can maybe get a deal done for him sooner than anybody else who might be in the receiver market.
All right, Matthew Stafford's elbow has been a conversation piece this summer, getting ready for camp and in camp. What are we to make of that, and how has he come along here the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I make quite a bit of it. Matthew Stafford's a guy who's played through a lot of injuries, and he never lets on that anything is hurt. I remember last season very pointedly saying, "Are you okay?" And he said, "I'm totally fine." And I asked him if he'd ever admit to not being fine. He goes, "Yep, probably not. Most definitely not." So the fact that Sean McVay said that the elbow was bothering him, I think is worrisome. Obviously, the Rams have him on a program to try to mitigate that. By all accounts, when he's been out there throwing, it's looked great. But you probably would be safe to be concerned about, the wear and tear over the span of a season and what that could do to an elbow that's already kind of on a pitch count.